Hello, everybody, and welcome to my YouTube channel. Basically, we're going to jump right into it and get into these brows. As you saw in the intro, this is going to be a glitter cut crease tutorial. So just stay tuned and I'll just talk you guys through some of the things and we'll just go from there. So currently I'm just filling in her brows. I like to use a pencil. This is actually one of the Sephora pencils. I believe it's in the color Ebony. I use a variety of eyebrow pencils, honestly, from Anastasia to Sephora to Maybelline, L'Oreal. Um, I mean, when it comes to a brow pencil, you just have to make sure it matches the color, and then it's all about in how you apply it and blend it into the brow. And then as you can notice, I sometimes bend my spoolie only because it gives me a more precise handle on the brush when I go to blend in the brows. Alright, so now we're just using my matte concealer brush. I can't remember this brush number. I've had it for a while, but Kiki Adams is one of my makeup influencers, and she taught me a technique on how to get this brush super flat and super precise. So it just makes cleaning the brows, cutting the crease so effortless. So shout out to her for that. As far as that concealer, that is the Tarte Shape Tape in Tan Deep Sand, and you'll see a glimpse of that later on in this video. I don't know what we're talking about right there. This is my boo Tati. Shout out to her. She's so supportive. She be down for whatever, honey, and we will cut up and have a good old time. Excuse my head. All right, so you guys see what this is. This is the GOAT of all primers. P. Louise base. I believe that's in number 1. I have 2 other shades. I believe I have a 3 and 5, but I just get whichever one I grab first, honestly, because once you blend it out, um, it all does the same thing. Now, oh, honestly, I remember why I chose this one, because I wanted the first base coat over this to pop. Like, I really wanted it to pop, and I use a brighter eyeshadow base whenever you want it to stand out a little bit more. So right now, I'm just applying it all over her lid. I like to let it get a little bit tacky and dry down just a little bit. That way it doesn't move. And then I'm just going to blend it out to make it even. So I just speed it up a little bit because you guys know how to blend out base. Like, it's no technique to it, just make it even. Alright, so we're going into my James Charles Morphe palette. And we were using that second shade from right to left on the second row. And basically we're just going to apply that, and I'm just going to keep packing it on and blending it out until I get the pay pack that I'm looking for. Excuse me, y'all. I forgot to turn my phone off. Alright, so then I'm showing you that I'm going into the same palette, and I'm going into that dark brown, and that's going to be right where I'm going to cut my crease. So that just gives it that definition that I'm looking for. Alright, so here is where I just reapplied some of that P. Louise base. still in the same color shade. Um, and I always have my clients look up when I'm about to cut their crease so I can know right where I'm cutting it. And I typically just go a slight bit higher than where they look up. And then I just start forming the shape according to their eye. And so you'll see me just kind of playing around with this until I get it cut exactly how I want it to be. I don't know if y'all can hear it, but my laundry room door is closed, but there's some clothes in the dryer and the washing machine. Hopefully it's not a distraction. So right here, I just have to take a step back and look at it, and I can see over on the left side where I need to define that a little bit more. So you're gonna see me do that. All right, so I just did the other eye off camera, and I'm just showing you guys how I cut it. I did blend out the excess from on top of the lid. That way when I go to apply my base color, it doesn't transfer. And there's that base color. I don't know what um, brush this is. It's just some brushes that I got off of Amazon. Um, and that's one of the concealer brushes. I just like to use that one because it allows me to apply the base color smoothly and get it as close to that cut crease line as possible. And so all I do is just apply it until I get the results that I'm looking for. Y'all, I do not know what happened to the footage from me showing y'all the glitter process. I sincerely apologize for that. That was not intentional. However, the glitter that I used for this was the J. LaRue, and it was Gold Digger. So I'm sorry about that, guys. And then that was just showing you. I used the Wet and Wild Mega Liner to do my wings, and I used the color black. Now, when it comes to the wing, I have to get up close and personal, so there was no way I could film that because, this is my first video, so I'll learn. But I'm just showing you how I always do the outer side of my wing first. I did that off camera because, like I said, I have to get all up in front of my client's face to make sure my lines are precise. All right, so these are some bomb lashes that my client actually got from someone else. I do provide lashes with my clients, but she loves super dramatic lashes, and these are actually one of my new favorites. So I'm going to be ordering those myself as well to add that to my roster because, y'all, those lashes was just bomb. You hear me? So right here, as you can see, that's just a Becca primer. I like to focus and apply that under my client's eyes. Um, that helps reduce creasing and give it a seamless and flawless finish. So that's what you see me doing there. And then I also apply it to the places where light hits. Under that primer, again, you guys didn't catch that because it was off camera. I also use the Smashbox Photo Finish because that allows a natural glow to still seep out from under matte primer. And so this is just some liquid primer that I'm applying to her face with a brush. That's just an inexpensive Wet n Wild brush that I got from Walmart. Now, the key with that primer that I just applied, you have to let it dry completely. If you do not let it dry completely, then it will ruin your foundation. The way that you know it's dry is when it turns completely white. Dermablend. Okay, jumping right into it. Let me tell y'all about this Dermablend that my girl Erie J Beauty from Instagram put me onto. It is the most, how do I say it? It's cover cream. And as you can see, I'm using a Real Technique dome brush just to apply it. Oh my goodness, y'all. This cover cream, it's expensive. It's $39 per bottle. And I have three different shades because that's what she recommended, to be versatile with my clients. But you apply it as if you would do concealer directly under the eye. It covers any dark circles. It helps reduce creasing. It just gives you that full coverage, like with a flawless application. I love it. Like, shout out to her. So here I'm just blending it out. Her eyes looking good already. Yes, Thermal Blend. Come through, honey. All right, so that's my NARS foundation. I think that's caramel. No, I have. So yeah, I have a lot. I love NARS foundation, so I primarily use that on every one of my clients. Again, that's just another Wet n Wild brush. I only apply foundation to one side of the face that I'm working on. I blend that out completely, and then I move on to the next side. Um, I don't want to feel rushed, and I find that if you put foundation over the entire face and then start blending, other areas of the face is going to get dry while you're blending one particular area. And of course, you can bring hydration back to the skin, but why go through all of that when you can just work in sections? And that's my Real Technique Insta Cheek Pop brush. Um, Sometimes I'll blend out foundations with a brush. Sometimes I'll use a beauty blender. It really depends on the texture of your client's skin. And so, as you see, I decided to use the Real Technique 405 brush. So I'm just blending, blending, blending. All right, and as you see, I'm going to the next side. And then we're going to start blending that. Do you guys see that NARS coverage? Like, come through. I still like using other brands. Like, I still like Maybelline Fit Me. Um, I still like to use Black Opal. I still like to use Fenty and MAC. But right now, I do find myself going to NARS more than anything. But you know, makeup has seasons. All right, onto concealer. Um, I'm mixing right there. That's the NARS. I think that's caramel medium. I think. So I'm applying that directly to my client's face. And then just a little bit towards the bottom of her highlighted area, I'm going to add that Tarte Shape Tape in Tan Deep Tan. Bring some hydration back to her skin. So we're going to spray that. I always do that on top of each layer when I start doing my skin coverage. And then, of course, that was the Urban Decay All Nighter Spray. I spray that as well before I start blending, just to help everything set. This here is the Anastasia Beverly Cream Contour Palette. I do like to let my concealer dry down just a bit. It gives you better coverage. And then that was just a regular dome brush that I blended out that contour with. What I'm doing next is that RCMA. I'm so sorry about these quick clips, guys. Um, that's RCMA with a Real Technique. No, I don't know what brush that is, but I'm gonna apply this to my client's entire face to set everything. Oh, so sorry. Apparently, I had decided to blend her concealer off camera, but I will let you know that I used a Real Technique Beauty Blender. It was damped and sprayed with the MAC Fix Plus spray. Um, and I blended out her concealer evenly with that. Come through, face. This is the Laura Mercier translucent setting powder along with the Sasha Buttercup. I like to mix the two. So what I'm doing off camera is I'm just mixing it into the top, just a little bit of both. And then I'm using a dry beauty blender here. Ladies, never use a damp beauty blender when you are setting the face. All it's going to do is lift all of your hard work. Come through, Mocha Mommy. Best product I could have ever bought. Um, I use that to set concealer and to warm up her face. And that's another Amazon brush from that same collection. And then I dust away the bake with pressed powder. I think that was the MAC um, pressed powder. I wiped that away. She gave y'all a little action at the end. This is a Morphe blush palette right here. I think it's 8C. Look, y'all, it be so funny because you can tell when your client's starting to feel themselves. And under the waterline, I just added the NYX black eyeliner. And then I added the white jumbo on top of it. And then brought out those bottom lashes with some mascara. And I think that's the Wet n Wild mascara as well. Blending everything together. Yes, face. Yes. This is a black radiance, I believe. This is like just like it's a bronzer, but I use it like just to give some of the illuminating effect to the skin. You see how it just popped out her forehead? It pops out the nose, and it's like a natural glow. And I just work that in. Just working it in. Yes, Juvia's Place, and this is their highlighter. Can't remember which one it is. I will do better with leaving the products in the camera for a longer period of time so you guys can capture the names of it. I sincerely apologize again. Give me a little bit of grace. It's my first video. That's just a Morphe Big Dome brush that I'm going to use to apply her highlight. Yes, face. It's looking so good already. Um, Guys, I don't really follow rules when it comes to makeup, so I am using that same contour palette to line my client's lips. I sure am. It just allows me to apply it seamlessly because, as you know, lips will dry out even after being moisturized because you're applying so much product around the face, but I mean around the mouth. But yeah, it just glides on like butter, baby. And then I'm gonna mix that with, I think it's NYX Madeline, along with a Buxom gloss. I don't remember what shade. Finished product. What do you guys think? It came out so good. Yes. Mm. Okay. Yes. Serve, honey. Mm. It came out so good. So you guys like, comment, subscribe. Let me know what you think. Let me know what else you would like to see. Get into it. Yes. Thank you. I appreciate it. And I'll see you guys next time.